جعلنا حرما آمنا ويتخطف الناس من حولهم أفبالباطل يؤمنون وبنعمة الله يكفرون ومن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا أو كذب بالحق لما جاءه أليس في جهنم مثوى للكافرين والذين جاهدوا فينا لنهدينهم سبلنا إن الله لمع المحسنين. Dear sisters and brothers, our dearest listeners and viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's really very nice to be once more in your midst, reviewing with myself and allowing you the chance as well to review that which has been so much a part of our history that for some of us we have grown old listening to it, perhaps from the time we were very small. You will recall that last week I was initiating the discussion, the dialogue on two fundamentals. It was al-haq and al-batil, the truth and falsehood. And it is important for us to review and to be very clear in our minds that if we are going to remain steadfast on the guidance that God Almighty has given to human beings throughout the ages, and as we have learned and have studied over the months of September and even in October, that there are challenges. There are challenges to this. Because God is not holding His book, as we say figuratively, like some powerful emperor, and is watching to see who is going to adhere to it or who is going to adulterate it. That is the option that you and I have. You and I have the option to really pursue divine loftiness, divine guidance, and to be steadfast and to hold on to it like never before. Or if we don't do that, unfortunately, we are going to substitute it. We are going to adopt what is known as falsehood, as the Qur'an uses the expression batil, al-batil, and we are going to develop what we spoke about from September, develop what we know as human gods, as human deities, as human ideologies, as man-made religion. And the result of all of this is that instead of us developing and cultivating and growing a Jannah in our lives, a Jannah on earth, we will end up doing the opposite of cultivating a Jahannam, not only in our own lives, but we will be part of the Jahannam of the human society. And that's why it's important for us, no matter who we are and what is our role in life, to always constantly pursue al-haq. This must be something that is taught to people. I agree, in the modern age in which we live in, humanities or subjects that are meant to teach values and refinement of life and of vision are on the downside in society. You can look at the schools You can look at the colleges, you can look at the universities, and no doubt while we continue to produce a lot of people who seem to be altering the physical properties or the energies that they have at their disposal, which can be very positive, there is a paucity, there's a dearth, there's a shortage, there's a scarcity, there's a lack of humanities in human society. There's a lack of refinement even in people who go to school and go to colleges and go to universities and are known to be professionals after having spent so many years in their lives. You can see that something is missing, and what is missing is the refinement that should become part and parcel of life and part and parcel of what we are busy doing. But you can see it. It is something that is staring us in the face, especially those of us who live in the industrialized world, and even those people who live in the third world and consider industrialization as their biggest God. And that's why it is important for you and I, even while we live our lives and we pursue the high goals that we set ourselves, to always ask ourselves this question: Am I following the truth? Am I with the truth? Am I on the truth? Or is it that my life is based on a big lie? Or I'm part of a big lie, and I give support to a big lie? Which side am I really on? And just to remind myself and you that haqq not only represents the truth as opposed to falsehood, haqq not only represents the reality as opposed to the illusion, haqq not only represents what is correct as opposed to what is incorrect, haqq has everything to do with divine loftiness. The Qur'an teaches us when it tells us ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقِّ. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقِّ. So it's not a matter that you and I can take lightly and just go about living the way we think or way we see others, and there's hardly significant changes in our lives. The Qur'an tells us ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقِّ. And the fact is that God is the absolute truth, is the absolute reality, is the source of everything that is true, that is right, that is correct, that is factual. So when we want to pursue Allah and His book or His revelation and His prophets, we must be very concerned about pursuing the truth in life. And today, like any other day, the truth has always been pushed against the wall in human life and human society. And these times that we're living in, you and I should realize it. They're torrid times. They're very difficult times. Humanity seems to be rushing in a direction away from the truth. And that is why you can see so much of turmoil, so much of disaster, so much of failure, so much of difficulty